Gratitude is what you make it is the focal point of this week's Motivational Monday segment. Our dear friend, award-winning author Stacy Hawkins Adams joins us again today. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Well, in the season of gratitude, I think I'm doing quite fine. And this is an interesting week as we lead up to Thanksgiving, right? Where you may give all kinds of things, but as you are getting ready for Thanksgiving, sometimes you can lose sight of that aspect of gratitude.
Right. We were talking about the National Gravy Day, Giblet Gravy Day. I'm a cranberry sauce eater, so I won't have to shop today. But all the things that you're supposed to do to prepare for Thanksgiving often can stress people out or bring up grief for people who have lost people, or maybe think about the things that you're not happy about. And so we wanted to talk a little bit about how gratitude can be the simple things. It can be walking outside today and enjoying the sunshine. It could be, wow, today is warmer than yesterday, and that makes me feel good. What are those simple things that can bring you joy and gratitude? And often folks who are in a great season, they're moving so fast, they're enjoying all of the blessings of the season. Maybe they can take a chance or take some time to pause and really live in that moment and not take the good things for granted. But if you're in not such a good season, there are also some things to be grateful for.
Well, it's important to take a step back and really appreciate that some days you're going to have these big, huge things that you're grateful for. And other days you're grateful just that you woke up this morning, right? So you have to take a moment to appreciate whatever it may be, even though it may not be humongous.
Exactly. And I brought a trusty memory that I've had in my closet for 10 years. We were looking at the dates. You can see the dates in here. These are 2014 dates, and I was sharing with you that during that year was a pretty challenging year for my family. And so one of the ways I decided to get through it with my children was every time something good happened, big or small, we were going to put it in the gratitude jar. So we started that on January 1st, 2014, and at the end of the year, on December 31st, we pulled it out. And there were things as simple as, my son made an A on a quiz. Someone told my daughter they liked how her hair looked that day. And there were big things as well, but we sat and went through each of those. We unfolded them and looked at them together, and it reminded us of, yes, a year can have highs and lows, a season can have highs and lows, but these are things that made us smile, and it helped us remember them. And so this has sat on the shelf of my closet for 10 years, and I have a gratitude journal. I do other things since then, but that's always a reminder that whatever season you're in, there is something to be grateful for, and you're going to move through it to another season as well.
That's right, and that's so special to be able to look back at it. I think if we don't write it down, it's so easy to lose sight of those really cool, maybe really small things that we accomplished, that we experienced. Years later, you don't necessarily remember that day someone complimented you on your hair. Right. But now you do. You get an opportunity to see where you've come, where you're going, and to be reminded of the big things and the little things.
Exactly. And photos as well. My kids, at the holidays, we will be taking photos on Thanksgiving and in between whenever they come to visit or they're at home. I'm like, we got to pause and take a photo of this moment. And they're like, nothing special is happening. I'm like, but we're here together, and it's a memory. And so you go back and you look at those memories. I have photos in my phone from as far back as 2007. And so those memories also invoke gratitude because you remember maybe what you were doing, maybe it was something funny, maybe you were just together. And that's another way that you can create memories or create gratitude, but also look back over your years of photos as well.
That's right. That's why my phone is full right now, because I'm always the one trying to capture those moments. Now, for me, I don't necessarily put them in a jar, but I have a list, and I try to take inventory on at least a monthly basis to see what happened, what was good, and at the end of the year, going through the process of gratitude for the entire year, which is kind of what you've talked about. Right.
And the other thing we can do is think about the people that we are grateful for, the people that maybe in our heart or in a moment we're like, gosh, I'm so glad she did that, or I'm so happy I'm going to see her, and we never tell those people. How about this week? Let's take on the challenge of actively saying to people, either calling, emailing, or if we're going to see them in person, saying, you know what, I'm really grateful that you support me in this way, that you talk to me in this way, that you love me in this way, and making sure that people know we're grateful for them.
That's right, and this is a great time to think about this because we can kind of kick off this season of gratitude doing these things, but also carrying it into next year.
Yes.
So gratitude becomes a practice and not necessarily something that you do to get over the hard times. It is, I'm grateful no matter what happens, and maybe we do that as part of our morning devotional or part of a journaling activity, but in some way incorporating gratitude every day. day.
Every day, because when you adopt an attitude of gratitude, whatever the day is like, it becomes a habit. It becomes a muscle that you exercise, and at some point during that day, you're going to revert back into that gratitude, and that is a magnet for blessings. It really does help you see the world in a different way.
Yeah, you're already starting your day with a different perspective, a positive perspective, and you look for the good and not necessarily the bad. It's such a great reminder, especially going into what should be the ultimate week of gratitude.
Absolutely.
Always good to be with you, Stacy Hawkins Adams.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Thank you, and same to you. Well, we're always thankful for Stacy, and we're thankful for her Motivational Monday series, a free Motivational Monday email that will come to you. Please go to her website. If you're interested in subscribing, just visit StacyHawkinsAdams.com.